So you're in a job, you're at school, and you just don't know whether you should take the plunge and go full-time into your agency, into your SMMA. In this video, what I want to talk about is what I personally think you should look out for before making the plunge so you're always safe, and also kind of what I did and what I kind of weighed up when I came out of school and, when I was kind of tossing up between getting a job, having that security, and doing this on the side, or whether I should kind of just go full-time into my agency. And obviously, as most of you guys know, I went full-time into my agency. But obviously I did, run a few things in my head as to which one I should do. And so I want to relay that stuff to you guys. If you're currently in a job, you're currently at school, and you don't know whether you should take the plunge and go full-time into your agency or not, here's my thoughts as some would say successful agency owner. Here's my thoughts. Just before we jump into the video, guys, make sure you go ahead, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm posting every other day on the channel, unmatched, ridiculously valuable, free content on this channel. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe and turn on the post notifications. So for me, it really comes down to three things. Okay, these three kind of things, and then there's like a fourth that really just ties in with it all. But like I say, there's really three things that I personally think is vital for you to have and for you to follow before making the plunge, right? First things first, I think it's vital that you can try and match the income that you're making from your job. Okay, if you're at a job and you don't know whether to, as I say, take the plunge, for me, I personally think it's vital that you match that income, because especially with an SMMA, it's actually not that hard to start making $5,000 to $8,000 per month. And really for majority of you guys, if you've got a job, you're probably in that range maybe. Obviously, I'm not too sure, some may be lower, some may be higher, but for the most part, I'd say you're probably in that range. So like I say, to get to that point with your agency, it's actually not that hard. So that's why I like to try and implement that before making the plunge, because it's very much achievable, and it's just gonna give you that kind of safety net where if you do transition, at least for the first few weeks and whatnot, it's not gonna be that much of a shock, right? You're not gonna have to massively decrease spending. You're not gonna have to massively really just watch everything, everywhere every single dollar's going and whatnot, because you should be matching your income. And as I say, it won't be too much of a shock to the system at that point. And for a brand where it's you're starting an e-com brand, like a drop shipping store, or let's run with a drop shipping store idea. If you was wondering whether you should take the plunge and go full-time into e-com and drop shipping and whatnot, making $5,000 to $8,000 per month profit from a drop shipping store actually is quite hard. Because obviously you don't need to be making $5,000 to $8,000 to make that in profit from e-com dropshipping. You'll need to be making around $15,000 to $20,000 in order to make $8,000 per month profit, right? With an SMMA though, you'll have to get maybe two, three clients, and you'll have $5,000 to $8,000 per month profit. Okay, just from 2 to 3 clients. And I mean, my students in the program that I own for how to build an e-com agency, they are literally signing that every month, every 2 months, right? They're getting 2 clients, 3 clients, whatever, and they're making $5,000 to $8,000, right? So it's actually not that hard. And so that's why I like to say that. As I said, if we was talking about drop shipping, I probably wouldn't say match the income. I'd maybe say try and get half of the income. But because it's actually not that hard, the barrier to entry and the barrier to becoming somewhat, successful, having a 6-figure agency, actually isn't that hard. So first things first, before leaving your job, first point I personally would say is try as hard as you can to match your income. Obviously, given that you're in the SMMA niche. The second thing I would say is try and save for 3 months of expenses. This will be this will really kind of solidify your, the safety net. That is probably not the best word, but it will really solidify the safety net that you have with your agency, and taking that plunge and, really making that transition. It's actually going to save you a lot, because you could have 1 or 2 months where everything just falls for whatever reason. You lose your clients, you can't get any new clients on. Well, if you've got that kind of 3 months safety where you've saved for 3 months expensive, if 1 month just is terrible, something just ridiculous happens and you don't make any money, it's okay. right? You can just work through that month, push through, and then for the next month try and obviously get a new client on board, or whatever, you know, whatever the case is. It's okay for you to have a real slow month because you've got that 3 months there, and obviously you don't want to be touching that 3 months worth of money for expenses, because that is literally saved for the times where you don't make any money in the month, right? And so that kind of, you know, those first 2 points kind of segue into each other, because if you can try and match the income, then you won't need to touch the 3 months of saved money that you've got for expenses. You won't need to touch it, because you matching the income just literally, you know, you buy your expenses, pay for your expenses, whatever, with that new income you're making. So, you know, that's why you just want to be super, super safe, because it's a big thing. Everybody talks about, oh, I dropped out of high school, I did this, I did that. But it's actually a real big thing to go ahead and drop out of school, or go ahead and leave your work or whatever, and take, like I say, just take a massive plunge into building your SMMA. It's a big thing, so you really want to be safe. So first things first, I would try and match your monthly income with SMMA before leaving. And also, I'd also highly, highly recommend that you have around a 3-month safety net. Technically, you could do 2 months, given the fact that, you know, the new income you'll be making that should match your old income, that could like still, you know, fuel that 3-month safety net. But I think it's definitely something you guys need to be thinking about and try and implement, because like I say, it's a big thing. And if that doesn't work out, yes, you want to keep pushing forward, but if you've got no money there, you physically can't, you'll have to go and get another job. So while you've got the job, I think it's good to just prepare for the worst. Always prepare for the worst, because then anything else is going to be a bonus. And if the worst does happen, you're prepared for it, right? That's how I look at it for things like this anyway. You know, I think just preparing for the worst is going to help you the most, because like I say, if the worst doesn't happen and something better happens, then it's going to be a big bonus. And if the worst does happen, you're fine because you're prepared for it. So prepare for the worst. First things first, match your income. Save for 3 months. I'd say you could kind of drop it down and go 2 months. And this is where like the third thing for me really comes into play, is if you can do this while you're still at a job, right? So while you're still at a 9 to 5, you can build an agency on the side that's matching the income. You can also simultaneously save for 3 months of expenses, all while you're still at a day job, 9 to 5. Let's look at more mindset now, and let's think, imagine how much you could get done when you have 9 to 5, but to work on your agency, right? So really, once you get these few things down, guys, like genuinely, once you get these few things down, you match your income, you can save for a couple months. If you can get that down pat while you're still at a job, 100% at that point, take the leap, take the plunge, because imagine what you could get done spending all of that time, that 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, spending all that time on your agency. Imagine how much you could get done. Really guys, it's only at that point, once you take that plunge, or, you know, as again, whether you're in school or whatever the case is, and you want to go full time from whatever you're currently doing right now, and you want to go full time on your agency, if you can get these few things done, it's at that point where you take the plunge that you will be able to scale to, you know, 6 and multi-6 figures with your agency, because everything's in place. You're doing amazingly well whilst you're still at a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, whatever. Whilst you're still at a 9 to 5, you're still making, as I say, $5,000 to $8,000 per month, even maybe $4,000 per month. You're able to do that on the side of your main job. So when you start then making your agency your main job and you've taken the plunge, like, it's literally a no-brainer at that point for you to then go ahead and just easily scale to 6 figures, multi-6 figures and beyond. Because, I mean, like, you can do it while you're at a job, so you'll easily be able to do it full time. So guys, if you're kind of in this position, you don't, you know, you've kind of got those kind of 2 main requirements, I say, down packed, you've got it down, and you still don't really know, just do it, okay? Because you gotta think, if you do it and everything fails, it all just goes the worst possible way, you've spent the 3 months you've saved up, it just goes terrible, then you can always go back and get a job. It's really not that hard to go back and get a job. But what you can't do is take this opportunity again a couple of years down the line. It's gonna be gone by that point. And it's, you know, a lot of the times people regret the things they didn't do as opposed to regretting the things that they did do. Okay, so if you're at this point, you've got those kind of two main requirements down, you feel safe, you feel confident that you could build an agency, a very successful agency, given the foundation you've already built whilst at your current job or whilst you're currently at school, whatever the case is, just take the plunge, just go full time and just see what happens. Again, people regret the things they didn't do as more so than the things that they did do. So take the plunge, everything fails, if it does, whatever, it doesn't matter, go back and get a job, but you will never be able to get this time back. So I personally recommend take the plunge, go ahead, given that you've got that safety net. So I hope you found value in this video. I hope if you're in this position, this has motivated you to take the plunge and go ahead and start full time on your agency. If it has, make sure you go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.